this again. I forgot I was post recording. I don't want to write it because of our time. The formula for writing your statistic, your summary is what have you done or what do you have in your career that makes you the best fit for this role? And that is one, your background in terms of your data analyst. If you don't have any experience, you can put it because you're a new graduate. You can talk about your department as a statistics. You have a background in statistics. I'm a junior data analyst with a background in statistics from this and this and this. Secondly, you talk about the impact of your work. Before your skills, the impact of your work. So I'm able to build this much dashboard for people solving a problem. Tech skills are a business issue. So you must be solving a problem for business, solving a problem for this business, helping them scale, helping them do this. So in those jobs, right? In this one, you talk about that you help finance things. In marketing, you talk about maybe your work I've done in marketing. But if you don't have marketing experience, you just talk about it being helping this thing solve a problem. Then you go to your skills. I have skills in this. Skills that are particular to the job they are asking for. So I have skills in SQL and I have skills in my listing, blah, blah, blah. And I'm looking to solve a problem for you. That's it. Two, your education, since you're done now, is Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Oka, Nigeria, BSc Statistics. It's a first class with a first class there. First class. Core activities that you've learned. So core skills that you've learned about things like that. So statistical analysis, blah, blah, blah. I don't know a lot of things. You don't necessarily have to put your secondary school there. It doesn't do anything for you. Your secondary school, unless that maybe you were the head girl in your school and you want to put that, but your secondary school doesn't really help you. So in your education, if you have a master's degree, put it there. If you have certifications that you've done, put it there. That help you. So maybe you took a data analytics course, you did 3 entity and do data analytics. It will be best part for you to put it there and say, oh, 3 entity data analytics certificate and things like that. That's what you put your education. In your work experience is about quantifying your achievement. So I will use this to explain it because I don't have a recent CV. I'll use this to explain it. So let's say you're applying to be a sales representative in another, let's say in the place, or you want to become a sales manager. If you give me this thing, what did you achieve with it? Your experience section is not about what you did in terms of, oh, these are the roles that you did. They can find out on your job description. Your experience section is about your success in the role. So take customer orders and process payments. Anybody can do that. Do you understand? Anybody can do that. Prepare and assemble food items. Anybody, they don't need particular skill sets to do that. But what did you do with the role? So for example, take customer process and process payments is improve customer queue, increase customer queue by, or reduce customer queue by 15% due to helping administrating and lay down processes for movement and things like that. Results, helping the business make more money and things like that. Use the numbers that you need that fit into your business. Maintain hygiene, prescribe hygiene according to these standards, doing these processes and things like that. So let me share. I don't think I have it at the moment. But what you are talking about is you are using, I will give you a resource this evening that you see how to write each of those sections effectively. What you are sharing is your achievement. What did you do in the role? What results did you get and how did you achieve that result? It's really key. You are not just listing your activities. No, you are showing that in the school, plan and prepare lesson. So every teacher, okay, what did your lesson help the student achieve? Oh, for example, maybe your students were the best in class. Maybe before you go to the class, the highest person was getting 70. When you go to class, based on what your lessons and the way you prepared your lesson, using digital tools and being intentional and empathy, your children were able to rise to 90. Maybe before you go to those schools, only 10 people used to go to the next class. But you had 70% of your class promote to the next class. That's what everybody wants to see. What tools did you use as a teacher? Did you bring a new innovation to it, to the school? That's what your this thing is going to look like. That's what your experience section is. People are not looking for what you do, they're looking for the result you achieved. For example, in my CV, one of the first things you're going to see is that in my current role, I have raised over 50 million naira in both donations, both cash and in-kind donations. Anybody that wants to hire me sees that first, that this person that you want to hire has raised 50 million naira in both cash and kind. They are going to want to talk to me at least. Okay. How do you? They're going to ask me. You say you raised 50 million. Tell me how you did it, because that's the result that is there. I'm not telling them that my job is to raise money. No, my job is I have raised money. You can either want to hire me or not. Do you need somebody that can raise money? I am. I have developed programs that have reached this number of people, and I've helped people secure this kind of jobs. I'm not going to tell them that, oh, I teach classes. No, they don't need to know what I teach classes. It's just that I've helped. What's the word? Somebody posted their CV. Okay, I've helped. Oh yes, you went to ChatGPT. Thank you very much, Gift. I, I've I trained 10 people. No, if I want to talk about my road, if I want to talk about this experience, I'll say no. I helped Amaka, I helped Gift, I helped Chidera, I helped Toby, I helped all of this. I helped 20 people secure jobs within 1 month because of a strictly designed boot camp that I designed using this and this strategy. And 60% of people that were taught have gotten jobs. Who are you going to hire? Somebody that says, I'm an exceptional trainer that trained this thing, or someone that says, I've helped people get jobs due to my training skills. Who are you going to hire between the both of them? Because the world works with results. Show results on your CV. Same to your volunteer activities too. Talk about the results. What results have you achieved? If you look at what Gates put on this thing, he said delivered excellent customer service by efficiently handling orders, payments, and resolving inquiries, contributing to a positive dining experience. Anybody that sees that will say, okay, you can do this for them. So your experience. Now, some people would ask me, and a question I always get when I do this session is, what if I don't have experience? What if I don't have experience? The only person that doesn't have it, there are people that don't have experience, truly, right? There are people that don't have experience. Somebody send me their CV. Let me see if I can take a look at it. There are people that don't have experience, but a lot of us had parents that sold things. We went to shop with our parents. We went to we were, for example, Amaka was led. She was a youth officer in our church. You have a business that you run when you're in school. It's an experience. So unless you did not do anything, you volunteered for a program, is an experience. Your experience does not have to be formal. You don't have to go to the office for it to be an experience. Because are you not going to use that skill in the business? If you are somebody that has a couple of business and you also around, you know customer service. So a lot of people shy from that. You just rephrase it. So maybe you say, let's say we're looking at Thomas. You say Agaga Industries or TS Group. If it's your own business, sales manager, and you talk about your experience in sales. If your parents' business, use the company, use their name. I have a brother and sister. The first thing you're going to see on their this thing when they're applying for jobs is my father's company. And it's not a formal company, it's a small business. But because they've worked there, they've done social media manager, they've been salesperson, they've been customer support. They put it there. If you search for it, you will find it. Don't minimize your experience. It's very important. Now, to your interest, skills, and competency, always use the skills that you have that they put in the job description. So she said this one, data analysis, listen, and put your proficiency, particularly you that in the tech space, put your proficiency levels. If you are not that good, leave it out so that you can go and talk about, you can learn and do all of those things. But we are really good about put your proficiency levels there. Your skills is where you show the things you can do. Use the same language that they use in the job description. So they want to say you can streamline workflows. If you can use streamline workflows by leveraging SQL. In your experience section, use that same language. Don't edit it out. Use that same language. Let me find a CV. Just give me a bit. Let me start sharing my screen. And I will try to find a CV that works so that you can see the difference. You just stop sharing for a bit. And we'll move to cover letter. Oh, sorry. For that, I'll just finish it. Okay, just give me a bit. Let me look for it. But it's really important that. So if you have any questions, it'll be perfect time to also ask the questions.
All right, please. I quickly have a question. Sorry.
Yeah, please go
Can
ahead.
if you look at the comment section, I dropped my CV, and Havu said I just wanted to quickly ask if summary, like the headings that have the summary, if it can be interchangeably used as personal statement. Are they the same thing, or should we just stick to summary, something like that?
Please stick to summary. Please stick to summary. Um, please stick to summary. It's very important because you're just summarizing, not your statement. You are summarizing it. So please stick to summary. I want to find somebody's CV that from the last quarter used to explain this, the marketing CV. Sorry, my internet is taking a bit. So use summary. I might not be able to look at your CVs, but please be assured we are going to review everybody's CV. You're going to edit it based on this session. Then we are going to review your CV and give you and help you give you comments that would help you improve it. So it's really good. Just trying to find. Just give me a bit. I'm trying to find somebody's CV particularly. If you have more questions, please ask us questions. It would be great to have them now.
Uh, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, I want to ask a question concerning
All right, sir.
the results, the quantifiable, the results Sharia. Yes,
Yes, please go ahead.
for someone that do attend these boot camps and you engage in capstone projects, um, for you to get the results, how do I, you contributed to a project and it was smart, it was great, you defended it. So for you to craft it in your CV, to construct the work experience in your CV, the results, the quantifiable metrics like so 50% of, or you contributed to so that that resulted to so. How do you how would you know the result of that particular capstone project that and how would you craft it?
So it's
I don't know if you understand my
important that,
question.
yeah, I understand your question, right? So a key part to something that I would advise that everybody do is um, you need to track your results. You're not going to grow. Nobody, even myself, nobody is going to grow if they don't track results. So results is why you are doing the things you're doing. And sometimes I'll come to you, Samuel. Sometimes the jobs that we do or the places that we do not necessarily help us do it. So let's use a mark example like that. Let's say let's use your example, you're doing a capstone project. Why are you doing that capstone project? Why? Because if you just do it and you don't have a why to it, then you can't track results. Are we trying to gain certain skills? Are we trying to? So we have a program called the GAP program where we do digital marketing and some other skills. We give them a capstone program to go and grow a business. You've grown a business in that capstone program. That's results. So they take a business maybe that has 100 followers and they're supposed to move it to 400 in like 2 months. If you are able to get there, then you can go on your CV and say, I was able to grow a business from 100 to 200 followers in 2 months. Do you get that kind of thing? Always track the results. The results are really crucial. Always track the results. Even if it's play work, even if it's like a false complaint, track it. If it's something that you actually did, track it. So say, why did I do this thing and how did that work? I hope it helped, sir.
Okay, so how do you track the results? How
Okay, so give me an example of a capstone project you've worked on so that will make us clear.
Okay, well, I'm a UI UX designer. Though I'm a
Okay,
job
so,
seeker. Yes, I've worked on a couple of projects. Okay, let me just give. I'm working on the latest project I did is a real estate app. I designed, not only me, my team and I, we designed a real estate app to solve. It's actually a correcting real estate app that helps one to, because of the issue of rent, the prices of house rent these days, apartment rent, they're expensive these days. So it's just an app that enables people to team up to co-rent, to co-rent an apartment. Do you get what I'm saying?
okay, sir.
It's a real
Yes,
estate
sir.
app, and also I've also designed an which one again? Which one again? I've also designed a food delivery app. So those are the two.
Okay.
Though
So I
I've
understand,
designed
sir, now.
other projects, but those are the only two that. Let me just stop there. I
So
just use
did you
this to as an
deploy those
example.
projects or you just designed it?
Yes, I just designed it actually. The
So
is it Yeah, so
in
that is
that
it.
case, that is a portfolio example. So you show them as a portfolio, right?
Okay.
You show them as a portfolio. This is my portfolio. I designed a real estate app. But for you to actually track it, that means you must have deployed it to show that your application actually works. And you must have users to say, okay, we've gotten this and I designed it as this kind of users. Do you understand? But if it's just that you design it a portfolio thing, now even that, right? You will need to, for you to be able to have a great experience as a UX UX, you need to actually go and do life work. And life work doesn't necessarily mean that you have a job. It's volunteer for those things. Volunteer for somebody that you can build an app for, and you measure the metrics. So your project go live, and you can say this people like my this, and you can walk them through case studies on how user use those things, and now You're able to adapt based on user needs. Do you understand?
Okay.
That way you can track your results. Do you get that? I think Samuel, you have a question. Please ask quickly before I share a CV that I think that works and we can look at it.
Okay. That's
Yeah, good afternoon, Samuel.
question is concerning my LinkedIn profile. I was able to build it, and I think I have followers at up to 4,000 followers or thereabout. But then I find it difficult to know the niche I'll focus my writings on. Do you get? Because I think I have a couple of skills that I ventured in the past. Like I did project management, I did virtual assistant, cybersecurity. I'm currently learning generative AI. But then, where I'm working currently is in a financial institution. You get a microfinance bank. So I just think my should I say my knowledge is just should I say scattered. I don't know how to put myself in a way where I can put myself in a way where I can just and how will I put it? Where I can know I'm following a pathway, not just scattered skill and so on. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I understand. Can we take this at the end? I note that down. I will speak to it at the end so that we don't, because once we start that conversation, a lot of people might have the same questions and we might just extend it a little bit. So I'll take that at the end. Um, I, Yanolua, do you have a question for me? Please remind me, I'll take that at the end and I'll tell you what to do or how you can approach it. Hey, Yano, do you have a question? Okay, she's just joining the session. So let me quickly share my screen and show you what I meant by a CV that works. Please, can you see my screen? So let's look at our summary. So let's look at our summary. It says that strategic, and let me try to zoom in. Sorry, let me just try to zoom in a bit. So we can see this stuff. It says a strategic performance-driven sales marketing executive with strong record in driving revenue, growth expansion, specialized in on tap opportunities, crafting bank stories with content creation and running marketing into side action. And suddenly launch new products, present content market, led cross-functional teams to exceed in aggressive sales target. Known for forging lasting client relationship and negotiating high value deals, consistently align market strategy to maximize ROI. Now, the only thing that is missing in this bit is that she didn't put numbers. She just word. But as soon as she went and said, "Oh, this is the result in terms of numbers that I've gotten," it will be perfect. Now, this is what I want to show you about our work experience. To see, I boosted sales revenue by 25% within 6 months at NSE outlets by effectively promoting drinks to customers and implement targeted strategies. Now, she can go further by saying what strategies she applied. It will make people look as if she knows what she's saying. But this is the approach. What did you do? She boosted sales. By what? 25% using numbers. Within what? 6 months. At where? NSE place. What did she by inventing promoting drinks? The only thing that she had was the real strategy she used, which will be clear. So maybe by doing a promotion that says buy one to two. Generated over an average of 50 invoices per week for regular clients, ensuring timely payments and maintaining a 5% client retention rate. Also thing that is missing is what did she do to do this? Just short this thing through this. Maybe through a digital platform. For example, if we scroll down, we're going to see it here too. Content creator and video Port Harcourt Explorer, the date, crafted data-driven interest to help clients position their product, lead to in brand visibility. This person is showing you that they have results. And that's what we need to do. You must show you have results. Watch, and we'll share a CV this thing with you that helps you and gives you clearly. But you must show that you have results. In their, they have a personal project. Their skill set, digital marketing, social media marketing, customer relationship, content creation, email marketing, things that are really valuable in their place. So they now say have a personal project. The best thing at the point that they should just put a portfolio so you can see. So a visual. Certificates. Have you seen? Google certification, sales marketing professional to present. Now, this part, interest. Interest is not I like to play football. I like fashion. No, interest is your interest within the space of the company. So in her case, she likes revenue generation. She's a sales and marketing lead. She wants to learn. She's interested in team leadership. That means she's positioning herself as a manager. She's great at relationship building, showing that she's good at managing clients. She can do market analysis and she's great at campaign development. This is a good CV. I'll give it a 7/10 because this person is demonstrating that they are a very strong candidate, which is crucial for them. So the same thing with your CV, and we're going to give you a material that you're going to look at. Now, if you have this kind of CV and you're applying for a marketing role, it's easy for you to go to job description and start to tweak and use the language that they have. Start to tweak it little by little, little by little, little by little. Start to tweak it. And when you have that, you will get a CV that even the ATS machines, even AI will say, okay, this person is a good fit. And that brings us to an easy way to do these things, right? First, you must know what you are doing. An easy way to move like that is once you know the industry you're applying for, and I'm going to use Amaka's CV for this. I'm just going to write a few prompts. Is we've all heard of ChatGPT, right? So we're also going to show you how you can use AI to do it. So I'm going to use the very basic one that most of us know, which is ChatGPT. So I'll go here and copy where's the LinkedIn? Fair money, fair money. Sorry, let me just open the page. So I'll copy this. I'll just copy this. Sorry, give me a bit. Sorry, our time is fast spent. I'll stop here, then we'll take a break, then we'll come and do CV, we'll come and do cover letter. Oh, this give me a bit. Let me just copy. Then I will come to ChatGPT and you can ask it to think longer. There are a lot of tools to think longer. I like using think longer. Then you can prompt it and say, I'm applying for a data analytics role. Now you need to know the fundamentals before you go and do that. Otherwise, ChatGPT will give you nonsense and you can't send it like that. I'm applying for a junior data analytics role. There are better ways to prompt this, but because of our time, I'm just going to give you like a simple prompt you can use. Role at this company. I have the job description below. And I can just post it there. So I'll tell you to first understand the job description. Then I'll share my CV and to help me adapt it. And I'll tell that I have added new skills. Say, okay, please read the description to know the requirement. When you're done, ask me for my CV. So you can help me tailor it to the job. So let's test that and just see. And I'm just showing an easy way to do this. Write your CV in a way that works. And the speaker. So you say I've saved it, and there are things that focus on talking much the job, right? Okay, so I'll pick our CV now, the same CV, and I'm just going to copy everything. I'll leave a name out. And here comes ChatGPT. I say this is my CV. Is my old CV since 2020. Improved my qualifications. I'll tell you I have added, I've completed my bachelor's degree with the first class. I have a medium proficiency in Excel / Google Sheet. I can write SQL queries at a junior level. I have built dashboards and automated tools in the hospitality sector, helping businesses scale their finances and automate growth processes, growth metrics, for example. My previous experience involved working at some kind of industrial quickly, working at Burger King as a sales rep, managing orders and data. Let's just do, for example, I'll tell it to see my old CV and update it to match the description. Now, this is a key thing you must put in ChatGPT, right? Tell it not to make any, please don't make any assumptions because it will lie for you. Please don't make any assumptions or add things not accurate in my CV. Because if not, it will just be lying. Then I'll post the new CV there. Let's see what CV is going to bring out. So let's see. So instead of turning up your CV, right? Can we see this? Let me copy it and put it. Okay. I'm going to copy it and put it. Use my name because I'm the owner of the account. But it says analytical and customer focused professional first class BSc in statistics experience working in sales and operation data. Junior SQL ability can take Excel skill, experience in building dashboard, automating growth and finance measures, and managing orders and flows from sales teams. That is already way better than what we did. And he said manage communication, prompted events, additional skills, and things like that. With just what he has, it has helped us build something much better by just adding a few skills. Now imagine that you have your career planned and you have all of those things ready. You're able to do more with this. And he didn't add anything other than what we talked about. He didn't add that's why that line is important. He didn't lie for us. He just used what we have and we phrased it better. Do you understand? So for what I've told you about how to write your CV and all of those things, using AI tools can help you make it faster, can help you tailor it a lot faster to it. So you can use ChatGPT, you can use Gemini, and you can just go and learn about how to prompt it effectively for you to get things done. So that brings us to the end of our CV class. We're already 9 minutes above the session, and we can take questions now. I didn't forget a question, and Sam, I'll come back to it. So any questions before then? Any questions? Do we have any questions? Questions.
Good afternoon, sir. Please, I have a question.
Yes, please, Yanula.
Okay. So, I'm currently working as an administrative assistant, and I've been working in that role since 2023. So,
Okay.
I've trained on virtual assistance and project management too. So, but I find it difficult anytime I want to apply for either remote or on-site job. Most of the time I don't normally get through interview stages. So I don't know if it is my CV that have problem or cover letter.
So I will most likely want to guess that is your CV. The with the material we're going to share with you will help you see how you can write it more effectively. But one thing me I've learned and I've seen is that a lot of people are skilled people. So I was on this session with like 2 weeks ago, and this lady said, "Oh, I don't have any experience." And we had a bit of time. I said, "Okay." She also just graduated from school and said, "I don't have any experience." I said, "Okay, let's just talk about what you've done in your life." And she started talking about, oh, she grew when she was in school, she did a fashion business, she sold things and things like that. She talked about like this person was very impressive, but on paper, you will not know that this person has these skills that they talk about. Because first, maybe they've not even talked to themselves and say they have the skills that they're talking about. So now I rephrased it. I rephrased all the things that she said for her. I phrased it in CV language. I was like, are you serious? First is, and this is the thing I practice. I have a sheet that contains everything I've done in my entire life from a career perspective. From the days where I was a digital marketer, to the days where I was a blog manager, to the days where I was working as a university student, I was doing some program management work. I have everything. Why I have that sheet is so that I can write it and rewrite it and things that, so that when I want to copy, I'm not thinking about it again. If you're already an administrative assistant, that means you have the job for a virtual assistant. You have the skill for a virtual assistant role. It's either you are not communicating that enough or you lack a little bit of digital skills that can help you transition. But if you have the digital skills that you need for it, you are not communicating your value enough to your CV, and your cover letter or your LinkedIn is not communicating that value enough. Because employers don't know you. How do they judge you? By your CV and the documents you support to them. They don't know whether you are good enough or not. So it's important that those documents are really good.
All right, sir.
I
Thank
hope
you
I
so
answered the
much.
question.
Yes,
You're
yes, sir.
welcome. Give.
So I have a question.
Okay, well, let's take Chidera, then we take Gift.
Okay, thanks for the information you shared with us. Sir, I have this issue of every time I apply for work, because I've been applying since this year, because I finished my service last year. I've been applying since this
Okay.
year. I'm in Lagos. So I have this issue that when I apply for work, they send me a message on my email, and they'll be like I should reply them when I want to get an interview or so, because my LinkedIn has issues. So I use my Indeed and Jobberman to apply for work. So someone was like, maybe my CV and all of that. I updated my CV. I even sent it here to you. I updated my CV. I added a lot, because basically I should add the skills and everything I know I can be able to do. I added it there. But I used that updated one to apply for work. But they'll be like, they'll accept my request and tell me to send when I want to come for an interview. When I do that, I don't get any reply. It happens constantly, like continually, every time.
Okay, thank you very much, Chidera. I think that, like we addressed in the first session, it's really important that you first, um, like I told you, please reach out to those companies again and ask that you didn't get back to them. And secondly, verify that they are not, if you are getting callbacks, it has nothing to do with your CV. So verify that they are legit companies and they're not stealing information, or reach out to them to, if they are legit companies, out them and ask why they didn't reach back to you, so you get clarity. I hope that helps. I get your question.
Yeah, thank you once again. Just want to quickly ask, does it really matter how you format your CV in terms of color and design? That's my question.
Yeah, it does. Sorry that I didn't mention that. It does, right? For creative people, you have a bit of leverage. You can design your CV in a way that works, right? So you can do like what I shared with Zoe. She's a creative. She works in marketing, so it's most likely going to be the look. But my preference and what is even industry standard is, you see that simple black and white that is boring. If you are working in places that doesn't require, that you don't have to show your creativity, just use that one. White paper, um, 11 or 12 fonts, clear fonts that people can see clearly. Use lines to demarcate each section. It works. But if you're a creative person, you're a designer, you are a UI UX designer, you're a web developer, okay, you can design, you can show them how, but then front end person can show them how you can make his CV look like a website to show people how great it is. But for us, that are business people, we don't need that.
Okay, sir, please, can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
Yeah, if you take a look in the group chat, the CV I dropped, there was a way it was formatted, like my skill. I mean, you see gifts count CV. So my skill that was there, and I've been using this to apply for work. My education, work experience, I didn't talk much on this. So on my transferable skills, there was a comment in it and every other thing. So I want to ask in a structured formal CV, is it necessary for you to go deep down in what you have achieved so far and all that? Because why I'm asking this question is because you mentioned that a CV is different from a resume, and I didn't
Yeah.
quite understand that. What is the difference? Like, although you mentioned the difference, but you didn't really elaborate more on it during the first section.
Okay. So let me start from there. So I have a CV and I have a resume. My career has spanned across um, marketing design, operations. So my career has spanned across that. And I have a CV that talks about all of those things, every single thing, everything I've done. If you want to give me an award, I'll send you that CV. When I'm applying for a job, and this is really important in the experience section, if I'm applying for a job and I'm applying for a business developer job, what does my design skills help me do? If I say I'm a designer, I've done design before, how does it help me get the job? Because it doesn't matter whether I'm a designer. Can I make money or not? Can I bring sales in or not? So I have to use the experiences that relate to being a business developer. And it will lead to what we talk about with Sam. I have to use some, what they call it, to experiences that relate to what I'm trying to achieve. So in 2022, I left my marketing role and I was trying to move into operational leadership role, right? What I did was I did two CVs. I had marketing experience and I have operational experience. I had my full CV, but I did two resumes. My marketing resume, which is M,
Okay.
I put M, and my operational resume, which is O. So you will see my name and you will have you will see my name and you have the M resume, my name and you have the O for me to differentiate it. But combined together, that's all the things I've done in my career. That's my curriculum vitae. But as a resume, what I send to people is the roles that I've done that actually fit what I am applying for. So I used to teach. I'm not going to put teaching. If it's the only thing I have, I will phrase it in a way that works for the thing. But if I have multiple ones, I'm only going to pick and choose the one that apply to the work that we are doing. Do you understand?
Yes, I do understand, sir. So when do we send resume? Is it when you are applying for
You,
a job?
yes, when you're applying for a job is when you send your resume. So your CV is a list of what you've done. Your resume is tailored specifically to the work. But because people use it interchangeably, say send your CV, send your DDD. Ideally, your resume is the one that's really adaptable. But if you just have one, you can just make your CV adaptable to. It's just that me as a practice, and I tell people these things, I have one document that contains everything that I've done. And I have the ones I send out to people. So what I do is when I'm applying for roles, I just open that one document and look at what I think I've done that fits this job description. I copy from that one, put it in this one, then rephrase it to fit into the roles. And that way I'm not having to think about it. But if you want me to send you everything I've done as like a CV conversation, I will send you that document and it works too. But everything in that thing doesn't necessarily need to. For example, I've worked in Nigerian prisons before. I don't need to put it anywhere. Do you understand? All right, our time is fast spent, but let me just take Philip's question as last one, and I'll talk about the question that was asked earlier.
So good afternoon, everyone. Thank you. So basically, what I'm trying to get what you are saying. what you're trying to say. Basically, what you're saying about CV is more like a comprehensive um things you've done, like a comprehensive, why resume has to focus on a particular job that one is trying to apply to. Am I
Yes,
correct?
yes, yes. Thank you very much, Philip. Yes. Okay, so the question I was asked earlier about LinkedIn and having doing a lot of things and you working in microfinance, I kind of forgot the person that asked me that question. But so, like I shared, let me share my personal experience. I'm someone that is very skilled in many areas too. In terms of I can data analyst, I can write code, um, I'm a great designer. No, I said it, I'm a video editor. I'm really good at marketing. At least the time I was doing it. I know operations. I have some idea in photography. I'm also a great program manager. I'm also good at operations. I also plan events. So which one am I? You have to pick and choose which one you want to be at specific periods in your life. When I was new to this space, I chose I wanted to be a marketing person with design. I started with design, then I moved to marketing. And I'll talk about design. Then I got tired of design and marketing. Then I moved into business processes. Now I work around leadership and management, right? And the core of the work that I do now is around building processes, organization, leading teams, and managing people and driving sales and growth. That's what I currently do now, and that's what you'll find on my LinkedIn. Earlier this year, I was learning about generative AI. I'm also very interested in generative AI, so I learned about it, but it doesn't really fit into the image I'm trying to build on LinkedIn. So it's not there. How I will talk about generative AI will be how businesses can use generative AI to grow because I'm positioning myself to become a business leader. So your LinkedIn is about the career you want to focus on. Your niche will be LinkedIn is a means to an end. So I've had people come to my LinkedIn and say, would they like to interview me about the work I'm doing? Because I position myself as somebody that is a business leader. I don't even post a lot on LinkedIn. But my profile, you see, when I went to that data analytics, it says I don't have the skills that match it. Even if I can use Excel very well, it's not my business because I'm not applying to be a data analyst. I will tailor my LinkedIn and my career perspective and my personal branding, work with personal branding to the area I think that will benefit me mostly in my career. So it's about career building. So think about it. You currently work in a microfinance bank, and where do you want to move into? If it's to generative AI you want to move into, then you position some. It might even take you going to go and delete some things you put on LinkedIn just to fix that image for yourself. But you have to think about it clearly. You can't be somebody that today is this person, then tomorrow is that person. Your followers will not take you seriously. So you have to choose what you can do. Particularly people that are multi-potentialite, so you can do multiple things. You have to pick and choose maybe one or two things that you want to do part-time, not forever, part-time. Do you understand? So I hope I answered your questions very well. We'll take a break now and we'll come back. Our final session will be cover letter and we'll be brief. And so back
Uh,
over to you, Ms. Schroeder.
just a little bit more. Can I ask?
Yeah, sure, quickly.
Okay, please, as a microbiologist, apart from lab and Amazon, and where can somebody like that actually work also?
So I don't really have a clue offhand now, but I think what you can do is look at what industries need microbiologists. So I think in the food sector, nutrition and things like that, it might work. Um, in disease control and all of those things might work. So start looking for those things. And that thing you can do is you can find what do microbiologists face? What is their issues that you currently face as a microbiologist that you want to think about, that you can find a niche to solve those problems, then build an industry out of it. But off the top of my head, if I have to think without no research, I'll say just um I'll say academia also. You can teach if you're into teaching. But after my those are those things that we can research and give you more information. And I'll also ask that you research and see what are, particularly in other countries, what are other people doing in that space.
Okay. Because I searched about it, then somebody was like, my course is valid enough in outside of the country, not really here in Nigeria.
The reality is that the things that are doing out of the country, they are doing it here too. You just need to know which companies need them and they need data, they need microbiologists. It's not entirely true that it's outside of the country. It's um for example, we have food processing plants in Nigeria that create food from beginning. It's just your skills might not be set to those things, so you may have to research and say what are food companies. There are a lot of food companies in this country. They are producing daily, and they are going to have microbiologists in their lab to help them do all of those things. So just research a little bit more into some of these areas that you can work in, then find out companies that do those things and write to them. Okay, thank you very much, Chidera. I will that please over to you.